I spent all my money on my photography equipment, and I'm still going to be poor. That's just the way it's going to work.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this month. This month is February 2022, and we are going to be interviewing Cheryl Reuss, who is a photographer. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment below if you feel like it. Remember, we have a Buy Me a Coffee account where you can donate and receive a monthly sticker. And also see any behind the scene posts or things that we have on some projects that we're not quite ready to share publicly. I would like to apologize for the audio and the camera shake in this interview. We kind of went down to Phoenix and didn't want to lug around all of our heavy equipment because it was mainly a personal trip to Phoenix. So I'm literally holding my GoPro with a selfie stick. So I apologize for the audio and the shaky camera work. Some quick updates on Happy Accidents. Ryan is still working on his album, and if you need any help with sound design or editing or engineering, just, send him a quick email and see what he can do for you. Al Gordon is working on some logo commissions, and as always, our This Month sticker. He has also been doing a fairy drawing a bunch of fairies and fae and, mystical creatures in February. So look out on our Instagram and Facebook to see those images that he's drawing. And Kelsey, I'm getting back into my weekly assignments, but they're not so much a week thing. I have a couple of ideas that I'm wanting to photograph, but I'm taking my time with them so I can get them right. And I've just been doing a lot of commission editing work, so that's taking up a lot of my time behind the scenes. And I'm going to be putting a lot more work into a specific project that I'm not quite ready to share, but it's going to be taking up a lot of my creative time. And I know I promised a kind of a podcast to be launched in February, but like I said, a lot of background editing and commissions have taken up a lot of my time, so I haven't had any time to set up any of the podcasting accounts and getting that stuff completely finalized. But hopefully in March something will be there.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Reuss. I am Al Cronen's mother-in-law. Is that it? Is it clan-wise? I'd be your mother-in-law.
Auntie-in-law.
Auntie-in-law, maybe. I don't know. So anyway, I am a semi-professional photographer working on it as my retirement gig, and I work as a systems administrator currently.
Current administrator for where?
Oh, for a logistics company called Forest Logistics here in Phoenix.
Okay. Right. How long have you been doing photography?
Oh, I have been doing photography since high school, which is a really, really long time ago. Let's say more than 20 years.
Okay. What made you first interested in photography?
My dad had an old 35 millimeter camera that he didn't know how to use, so I took some photography classes in high school and learned how to use it, so he'd give it to me, and I've been taking pictures ever since.
35 millimeter nostalgia. Nowadays.
Film.
Yes. Okay. If any, whose work has influenced you into doing photography?
Oh my gosh, there are so many photographers out there. You always see the Ansel Adams pictures; those are always beautiful. National Geographic. Any photographer who's ever done work with National Geographic, definitely. I love wildlife pictures. I love pictures of just any place that is anywhere, all over the world. I just love pictures.
Sounds a bit similar to Kelsey's interests for filming. Just the whole zooming in details.
Yes, I love looking at how people go to foreign lands and they see life and they tell that story and who they are, and you can see how people live and how it's either similar to yours or so different. It's fascinating.
What do you love about your trade?
I love trying to capture what I'm seeing with my eye because that doesn't always translate. And maybe it's because in my brain I see this beautiful scenery and I want to share that and I want to be, want people to see what I'm seeing in that moment. And so that's what I try to find when I photograph.
What is the one struggle you have within your trade?
Oh, getting any notice. There are with new cameras being digital. Everybody's a photographer. Everybody is taking pictures of everything, and it's getting recognized for the work that you do uh, at any level, right? I mean, some people take beautiful pictures, and but that's it, right? Or being able to tell a story and getting that across. But it's hard. It's hard to get yourself known and out there.
Even with the social distancing, it got more competitive.
Extremely, because everybody took. Everybody was taking pictures of everything in their backyard.
Yep. I'm the same way with art. It just takes a lot of patience.
Yes, it's hard. It's hard.
Or sometimes if you find the right people.
Yes.
The right group of network.
I'm working on it. I found a great group of ladies recently who are doing a lot of different things in photography, and so I'm starting to hang out with them, learn from them, and that's it. Finding your people, finding that group of people who love what you do and you love what they do, and all clicking.
How do you stay motivated in your line of work?
I'm always trying to find something new to photograph, something new that I've never done before. People, for one, I'm not a big people photographer unless it's my family. I have tons of pictures of Kelsey. A lot of pictures of my family, but getting other people, like talking to them and getting them to open up so they can just be naturally smiling and naturally part of the photo session. That's a big one that I'm learning. And just another way I stay motivated is I've reached out and found people in my line of work that I love and that are do different things and are just a great group of people, and they're always learning new things and teaching me new things, and I teach them something, right? It's finding your niche.
Do you have a favorite photo that you've created?
I actually did a photo series recently. Well, it was during COVID. I did this course. It was a digital storytelling, and I did a series on my granddaughter, and I loved the series. It was about mental health during the pandemic and how it affects kids and just in general. And I have this great series of pictures that shows her emotions throughout an entire afternoon, and it's crazy how up and down it goes, but also it was amazing to see the support her friends give her. So it was great. It's some of my favorite ones. Even though, like I said, I don't do people, but family I do. So
It's your granddaughter. How
it's
can you not love the
I only
photos?
have a trillion photos. Almost.
I was just gonna say like favorite, so
Yeah, so she is my favorite.
There's no harm in that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And if you do have to part away with it, it's sad.
Yes. I do have some great pictures of I was hiking Glacier National Park, and I have some great pictures of a moose out there. Like, you're hiking like out 10 miles in, and you run across a moose, and you're just kind of like, what do I do? Oh, camera. I take pictures with my camera. That's what I do. So that one's a pretty good one. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're when you're doing your photography, do you have like any specific mantra or creed that you go by?
Yes, I always say breathe, or not really breathe. It's like more like hold your breath, because I do a lot of photography where I have been walking a long ways, and so when I get my camera, I'm breathing while I'm taking the pictures. So when I go to edit them, I always notice them going up and down like this. So I always have to tell myself, stop breathing, hold your breath, wait. Okay, and that's a big one. Or it's just a few seconds, and I thank God for digital, because now I can just go And it's I can get almost every other moment because but most of it is stop breathing. That's my mantra.
Get that. Stop breathing.
It makes a difference when you're taking a picture. It really does. And depending on the size of your lens, right? Like if I have my big lens and I'm like trying to do it, it's you breathe any little tiny movement. It's you see it in the picture, and so it's all about stillness and quiet and not breathing.
I will not lie. I tried doing that too, but I still wiggle.
Yes, it's
I'm
hard.
still shaky when I'm trying to take a picture.
It's hard, especially you're trying to hold that. You're like, okay, I'm not drunk, I swear.
10-pound camera, right?
Yeah, it is. It's about 10 pounds. It's a heavy duty piece.
Definitely.
Hold that up for a while.
Okay, that's beyond my that's beyond my limit of trying to hold it still. So you have it worse than me.
Yeah. Are you doing film? So you got.
Well, it's mostly my smartphone, so.
Oh,
so-
okay.
So, yeah, so you have it worse than me.
Yeah. That doesn't weigh nearly as much.
No, it's not. So
Okay.
you have my sympathies.
I'm working. I'm trying to get my arms back in shape.
Okay, so you do have a variety of nature-related photos. Is there any specific? What's more fun for you?
As far as taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. I really like to be out in the middle of nowhere, finding things that aren't common, I guess. I want to be in an area that's quiet, where there's not a lot of people around, that, they're not out, chasing animals away. Yeah, so I guess it's my favorite way to take photography. Because otherwise it's, you don't want a bunch of people all taking the same picture. You're trying to find your unique picture that nobody else has.
Oh yes.
So that's tough.
Have you seen those like behind the scenes of Instagram photos where like they show the person taking the Instagram photo and then like they turn the camera the other way and there's like a long line of people trying to get that exact same photo?
Like the one at the Tower of Pisa.
Yeah.
And nothing looks right, and everybody's trying to hold up it, but it doesn't look, Yes.
Because it's not lined up correctly.
Yeah, I do. I love those ones. Those are fun.
Okay. Have you considered?
Considered?
Have you considered trying out something like that in Italy? Or have you ever planned on going to Italy to give that a shot?
Well, absolutely. Like at the Muro homes, I'm thinking about buying one. We'll see if that ever happens. But no, I do want to go overseas. I've been overseas a couple of times, but not with a camera like the one I have now, and not nearly as focused in my photography. So now I'd like to go and I'd love to just travel the whole countryside, right? And
You'll have Colleen there to hold down the,
yes.
hold down the tower.
Yes, hold that up, Colleen. No, a little bit to the left. Yeah. She's like, shut up, Grandma.
Have you noticed any changes in your line of work since the pandemic?
Definitely. Lots of backyard photography. Before the pandemic, I did a lot of traveling and going to national parks and taking pictures of landscapes, as much wildlife as I could find. And since the pandemic, it's more backyard, birds and plants and lots of flowers. So, yeah, definitely big change.
Okay, so tell me the process of your work. Do you have to zen out just to get into it, or do you have to listen to music, or?
I have to first have time. That's a big thing. Where being able to plan, you've got to plan out where you're going to go and what it is that I want to shoot with, because there's different types of lenses, right? You've got your zoom lenses, you've got long range lenses, you've got your macro lenses to shoot up close plants, or your wide lens if you're going to do landscape. So I have to decide. I know usually I'll take 2 lenses with me always, because I go between wide angle typed photography to a lot more narrow a depth of field type stuff. So that's what I usually take. If I'm doing birds, as you can hear the birds. He's looking for me. He's like, where's the camera? Not really.
He's outside. He's got the camera, guys.
Pose.
fly by cool.
Yeah, so I gotta decide, that's part of my planning, is decide what am I going to take pictures of, right? And then, planning out how long am I gonna be there, and what is it I really am trying to get out of it, right? Am I trying to copy somebody else's style and what they've taken pictures of? Or am I trying to find something unique and something that most people aren't looking at for photography? So, that's my plan. Equipment, what equipment do I need to take with me? Do I have enough batteries? Are they going to last? Am I going to be able to charge my batteries? That's always huge. And then, do I need morning shots? Do I need evening shots? Figuring out what time of day I want to be out there. Do I really want to get up at 4 a.m.?
So it's just a matter of planning.
It's all about planning. I don't have to listen to music or do anything special, I guess, as a routine. Just once I have a plan, then I start getting more and more excited about it. But I have to have a plan, and otherwise I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll just take a picture of this dumb tree, kind of thing. So.
Gotcha.
What about when you're selecting and editing the photos? What's your process of like, oh, that's a good one and I'm going to edit it this way? Do you have like creative editing modes or just like, oh, I'm going to make the lighting look a little bit better and sharper? How do you choose between a more creative, dynamic edit and then just a cleanup edit?
I was just going to ask that too. It's not on here, but I was going to ask that too because I know you talk about the outside part and the inside.
Yeah, so when I edit, I first go through all the pictures and I choose which ones I think are the best, right? I go through and I rate them between 3 and 5, and if they don't even get a rating, they don't get looked at. And then most of mine I like to I do a lot of natural light, and then I try to choose which ones are my favorites, and then from there I say, okay, looking at it, and I have to cull it down because usually I take hundreds of pictures, right? You're out in the field and with digital cameras, you have that luxury now where you can take as many pictures as possible or like as you want, like there's no limits anymore. So finding the right ones and the ones that are most impactful, I guess, or emotional that make you feel something. That's what I'm looking for, right? And then from there, I'm like, okay, do I want this to look dramatic, right? It's kind of, if there's lots of clouds and it's kind of a, weird day, it might be a good dramatic shot. But most of mine, honestly, are just how they look every day. I don't do a lot of editing. I used to when I first started, like I tried to do all these fancy artistic weird things and I was like, that's not my thing. Because but now I really like a more natural how it was when I saw it. I have done recently some pictures of reenactors, and those were fun because I got to then take my photography from the color that it was in and then move it to black and white and that sepia and all the different blue tones and two tones so that it makes it look old-timey, and that was fun. That was kind of cool. I hadn't done that before, so that was neat. But that's kind of, I like that natural look. I like people to look how they are.
So if you had an opportunity to host an exhibit, how would you envision it?
No limits of money or anything. No COVID limits. No, what's your ultimate dream gallery exhibit showcasing?
I think it would be a national park showcase. I love our national parks. I think it's something that I think as Americans we've done right, and it showcases the beauty of our world that we live in. And I would definitely showcase the national park, their big draw, but also all the people going to it because that's huge. All these different people coming in and enjoying that, beautiful world that, we don't live in every day, that we're just, we get to visit, right? A lot of times it doesn't look real, and then you get there and you're like, oh my God, it really is real. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I find nature and I find just everything that's natural just beautiful. So I would definitely do my showcase on national parks and the people who visit.
Would you have it at the national park?
Wouldn't that be awesome? And if to choose which one, I don't know. There's so many.
Yeah, and then based on your theme of work too, it would actually totally go well with it.
Yeah.
So, is there another type of subject matter in your photography you're interested in aside from Colleen and your star?
Colleen is such a model, so that she makes it easy. Nighttime photography. I love seeing all the astrophotography and nighttime photos. I've been learning a lot from a lot of different people. One of the guys that I did some photos with recently does light painting at night, which is really cool. I'm still trying to learn that one, but just I love the night sky, right? I want to see the Milky Way and I want to see all the stars, and it's because where I'm at, I don't get to see like but 10 stars in the sky maybe sometimes. I gotta go out, I gotta go to my sister's house to see, you know, the Milky Way in the middle of the summer because it's gorgeous. So, yeah, definitely nighttime photography. I'm working on portrait photography, but that's a tough one. Yeah.
So do you have any events or major projects you're currently working on?
I am currently working on my website. That's a big event. Trying to get stuff up there. Trying to figure out how I want to market. That's huge for me. How to market my photography. Am I looking to do big gallery events, or am I looking to sell for home art? Right. I'm trying to figure out where is that niche that I really want to be at. It's one of my big projects right now. I don't have a particular project in mind, but I am. Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Where can people find your work at?
So they can find my work on my Instagram at CA Reuss. You can find my work on my website at www.careussphotography.net. And you can find my work on Facebook at CA Reuss Photo. I am selling stuff at the Native Art Market. I keep forgetting. You can also find it at the Native Art Market shop on Main Street in Scottsdale.
Well, I guess the last question of the interview is, where do you see your art going in the future, aside from the exhibit dream you had in mind? And what are your hopes for it in the future?
So my hopes are to really find my niche, right? What it is that I'll be known for, right? I guess that's the big one. And I'm hoping as in the next couple of years, I can retire and use photography as my retirement. That's my retirement income, so that I can retire comfortable instead of poor. I spent all my money on my photography equipment, and I'm still going to be poor. That's just the way it's going to work.
So you'll still just be working.
I'll still just be working.
And investing
yes.
on your interest.
But that's my goal. My goal in life is to retire and be a photographer. I'd love to be able to do some photography for National Geographic. That would be amazing. But I'm guessing I'm at an age where they don't really hire.
You'll do the senior living portion of National Graphics.
National Geographic. They have kids. They've got Dress Regular, and then I could be I could start a whole senior section. I love it.
Sounds like a good good retirement.
Good retirement. Yeah. Travel and take pictures. That's my goal. Okay.
Do you have any photography tips for any other photographers out there?
Photography tips. I would say photograph what you love, and don't just keep trying. Always keep trying. If you don't take the photograph you want the first time, go back and take it again. I've had to visit places 2 and 3 and 4 different times just to get the picture that I want. So don't give up, and just keep shooting. Not people.
Thank you for watching. This is this month.
And that has been this month. That was a really fun interview. We literally just came back from an event, and the day before we spent the whole day at the zoo. So we had a lot of fun, and Cheryl was one of the reasons why I actually got into photography, and actually a lot of the hobbies I do is directly related to her introducing them to me. So it was really nice to hear from her and how she actually got into photography. So like, share, subscribe, follow Cheryl on her Instagram, see a bunch of Arizona birds. Go net.